Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have the pleasure of giving you your last official lesson of the school year. This has been a crazy school year. I can't apologize enough about all the ups and downs you guys have went through between me disappearing and then the COVID thing, and you guys deserved a lot better. But we're here now. We made it to the end. This is our last lesson. After this, we'll be doing some reviews and some projects and stuff, but this is our last official lesson of the school year. I can't tell you how much I love you guys. I can't tell you how much it meant to come back to a standing ovation and to you guys clapping. I miss you guys so much. I can't wait to see you next year at some point. I'll have a new group of freshmen, but you guys will always be close to my heart. All right. So let's finish this lesson off nicely, and I'll see you guys soon, I hope. Okay. All right, here we go. So our last lesson is percentages. How do we calculate percentages in order to analyze data? So first, we're gonna start with our information down below. All right. I know you guys know how to find this because I literally taught you this last week, so you guys will be fine. Go in your calculator. Let's get to work. You guys should pause right now so you guys can do the work. I will do it once you unpause. All right. So remember how we do this? We go to our stat. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller just so I can fit the calculator there. It won't be the whole lesson. Don't worry. I know how much Michael McGlone likes to complain. Ron, take off the headphones. Pay attention. All right, so we go to stat, go to edit. If you have anything there from the other lesson, clear it out. All right, Ron, take off the headphones. Thank you. CJ, stop talking to Kevin. Thank you. So here we go. Type in all our numbers: 21, 29, 17. Kristoff, stop laughing and bothering Kunjang. 14, 30, 35, 26. Michael, please stop distracting Devin. Thank you. And 23. Enter. Good. All right. So now we go to stat. Go over to calc. Allison, stop talking to Kayla. Press 1, variable stats. Enter, enter, enter. And calculate. All right. Leo, stop talking to everybody. Jesus, this kid. All right. So let's type in our information now. Our mean, which is right up top, 24.37. So we're going to round to the nearest tenth. We're going to do 24.4. All right. Oh, 1 second. So 24.4. All right. All right. Next is our median. So let's scroll down for our median. Median is 24.5. Next is our mode. That doesn't show up on here. We gotta look at the list. Does anything repeat more than once? I don't see it. All right. No, 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 no. The only thing that repeats is Jonathan talking to everyone. Jonathan, stop talking. All right, so mode, there is no mode. Why is my pen not typing? So no mode. Okay. Q1, 19. Q3, 29.5. Interquartile range, is 10.5. Sorry, and our standard deviation is 6.6. All right. All right, good start. Here we go. Now let's look at the rest of our. So today we're going to be doing, like I said, percentages. All right, which is really good. Hopefully you guys know percentages are important. All right. All right. So percentage. To find a percentage, you divide whatever part you're looking for by the whole, and then you multiply it by 100. All right. That's how you get a percent. So for example, this should be 1 divided by 2. All right. And then times by 100. That would be 50%. Okay. The yellow's the part we're talking about, so that's 1 divided by 3. So let me actually show you that in the calculator really quick. So we have 1 divided by 2 times 100. That's how we get a percentage, all right? That's it. Next one, it's 1 divided by 3 times 100. 33.3, just round to the nearest whole number, unless it tells you otherwise, so 33%. Next one, 1 divided by 4 times 100. 25%. That's all it takes, guys. That's all it is. Just figure out what part they're asking you for, figure out what the total is of what they're asking you for, and then multiply it by 100. All right, so these are really easy examples, obviously. Let's get into some harder ones. So it says a public opinion poll was taken to explore the relationship between age and support of a candidate in the election. The results are shown in the table below. What percent of the 21 to 40 age group What percent of the 21 to 40 age group was for the candidate? All right. So this is what I'm talking about. We have to read the question carefully, see specifically what they're asking us for with the part and the whole. All right. So the total, the whole, is just the 21 to 40 age group. Right. Is just the 21 to 40 age group. So that is only this. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. All right. Don't worry about 41 to 60 or over 60 because they're not asking us for that. They're just asking us for the 21 to 40 age group. So they're asking us what percent of the group was for the candidate. So look at the 4. 30 people were for the candidate. 30 out of how many though? All right. And remember, they're only talking about the 21 to 40 age group. So to find out how many, just add up all the numbers in the table. So 30 plus 12 plus 8. And we get 50. So 30 out of 50 people were for the 30 out of 50 people from the age of 21 to 40 were for the candidate. Okay? Now, what percentage is that? So we do 30 divided by 50 times 100. And that is 60%. Always include those percent symbols, all right? So guys, just to go over it one more time, let me erase all this and go over it again, just so you guys really understand what we did here, okay? So, they asked what percent of the age group of 21 to 40. They're not asking us about the 41 to 60. They're not asking us over 60. They're not asking us out of all the people that were for or against. They're just asking us for 21 to 40. So that's the only thing we have to focus on. So the rest of this, we no longer have to focus on. All right. All right. Then we said which part were they asking us for? They were asking us for the candidate out of how many, which is the total. 30 plus 12 plus 8 is equal to 50. Okay. So that's why we did 30 over 50 times 100. All right, let's go to the next question. The school newspaper surveyed the student body for an article about club membership. The table below shows the number of students in each grade level who belongs to clubs. If there are 180 students in the 9th grade, what percentage of the 9th grade students belong to more than one club? Okay, so let's think about this. They're asking us for specifically which grade. They're not asking us for everyone. They're asking us just for 9th grade. That's all they want is just 9th grade. So cancel out the rest of these. They don't matter. All right. Now they gave us the total already, which is great. Sometimes they don't do that. But they gave us the total already. They said 180 students. 180 students in 9th grade. If there are 180 students in 9th grade, what percentage of the 9th grade students belong to more than one club? So now we go back to the table. There's 90 kids in one club, but we don't want that. We want more than one club. 33 plus 12. What is 33 plus 12? That's 45. So 45 out of 180 students belong to more than one club. What percentage is that? So 45 divided by 180 times 100. And that is 25% of 9th grade students belong to more than one club. All right? All you gotta do is read specifically what the question's asking you, look for the total, and look for the part. All right, here we go. Paula surveyed her class to see what their eye color was. Based on her sample, predict how many of the 500 females in her school has blue eyes. Okay, so this is a little bit different now. This one, they want you to predict something. Okay, they want you to give what's called a proportion. So they're saying, here is a survey. They gave you a survey here, a random survey, not of everyone, just of a few kids. So out of this survey, how many females, so we're only focusing on the females, because remember, her question says, predict how many females of the 500 females, all right? So the males don't matter. How many females have blue eyes on this survey? So that's 11 blue eyes out of what's the total? 2 plus 11 plus 4 plus 5. Enter. 22. So 11 out of 22 females have blue eyes, okay? So based on this, how many out of the 500 females would have blue eyes? That's pretty much what they're asking you. Do a proportion. If you're given this, how many? All right? Now, we can either do this where we cross multiply and solve, which is fine. We can do that. If you do it that way, we're going to go like this. 22x equals 500 times 11, which is 5,500. And then divide each side by 22. And x will give you 250. Okay? Or you can say, what's the percentage of 11 over 22? Right? So let's try that. So that's one way to do it. I'm going to show you a different way right here. Or if we did 11 divided by 22 times 100, That's 50%. What's 50% of 500? What's half of 500? 250. So that's the other way you could have done it, but I prefer you guys to do the cross multiplying. It's a lot easier to make sure you get the right answer. You don't have to worry about anything else. So do the cross multiplying, all right? It's called a proportion, and that's what they're asking you. They're asking you based on the sample to predict something else, which is also very easy to do. No, they just give you all the information there, all right? All right, so here are your practice problems. Nice short lesson to end off to the year. Here are your practice problems. I think you got, let me double check. You have 5 practice problems. So here's your first one. Let me make it smaller. Here are your first 2. Here are your next 2. Question 4 is a couple different ones, so make sure you get it, all right? And here's your last one. If you need help, I will be on office hours as usual. Guys, you've been great. I miss you guys a lot. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a nice day.